Finance from the Macomb School of Business here at UT Austin. After graduation, he will be moving to Dallas and joining the law firm of Sidley Austin. During his time here at the law school, Jamil was head mentor in our society program, a member of the Student Recruitment and Orientation Committee, and managing editor of the Review of Litigation, among other activities and commitments. He has been a wonderful member of our community, and we are very grateful for his leadership. We will now have a few words from Jamil. Please welcome him.
Hi, class of 2015. That's all you've got? Come on. Hi, class of 2015. That's much better. Thank you, Dean Farnsworth. Hello there, wonderful people of the class of 2015. You guys all look beautiful. Welcome members of the faculty, the staff, the administration, Longhorn alumni, future Longhorns, and the Texas Law class of 2015. But most of all, welcome families, friends, significant others, and our support systems. In preparing my thoughts for the graduating class of 2015, I did what every good baby lawyer does. I logged onto my favorite legal research site, looked for a template, a secondary source, anything that could help me with this. Turns out, there's nothing. It's unfortunate. So instead, on this day that we're off to great places, off and away, I decided to do what we lawyers call creating precedent, and thought of all of the places we've been that have shaped our law school experience and brought us here today. From the first day of freshman orientation to today, our law school experience has lasted exactly 1,000 days. That sounds like something you should get a t-shirt for. I went to law school for 1,000 days. What, like it's hard? And then of course, because we're the law school, it'd have to say like brought to you by Norton Rose Fulbright on the shoulder. We got to campus wide-eyed and passionate about the law. At first it seemed like law school was a lot like elementary school. We got our homeroom teachers, our mentors. We had the same schedules. We got lockers, we had assigned seats. And when Georgia's finally reopened second semester, we had chicken tenders for lunch every single day. Turns out that was the end of the similarities. Law school has been a transformative experience. Though we've gained specialized knowledge in subjects like constitutional law, contracts, and torts, our greatest accomplishment is an overarching understanding of how to think like a lawyer. What does that mean exactly, think like a lawyer? It means we've learned complexities behind answers like, it depends, and I'll Google that for you. Thinking like a lawyer means we can apply our understanding of the way the law works to any type of law and thrive. We now theoretically have the skills to give our extended family members those wills that we promised them 1L a year. Pay up on that. Best of all, we can now end arguments with the lawyer equivalent of dropping the mic. One simple word, lawyered. Sometimes along the way, we got fussy. We all had the experience when somebody asked the question, but professor, what if we change all of the facts that you suggested and we change the law? Then how would this be different? We clicked refresh on the grades page incessantly after every semester, and we complained a lot. But the good times far outweighed the bad. I could not have made it out of 1L a year without the companionship of my section. Thank you, Section 3. As a mentor, I made some of my best law school friends. Hi there, mentors out there. My journal taught me the importance of whether or not a period was italicized. What's up, troll members out there? I had my first experience as a real lawyer through the clinic program. I never imagined just how gratifying it can be to help a real client until experiencing the entrepreneurship and community development clinic. I will also never forget the panic that set in the first time my clinic supervisor, Heather Way, looked at me and said, well, what do you think? And now we're here. We've done it, we're done with the curve. Look to your left and look to your right. These are your colleagues. We've made it to graduation, but we didn't get here by ourselves, not by any stretch of the imagination. We graduated today from the self-proclaimed #1 law school in the nation, no, in the world. On the shoulders of the alumni that have given back to our law school, We succeeded thanks to our mentors and the Texas law community as a whole. We're supported by an administration that does whatever it can to give us the best student experience possible, except if improving that student experience involves removing the wood paneling from the atrium, because that's never going anywhere. We are educated by the best faculty in the entire world, who care about us so much that they assign us books that coincidentally they wrote, and not so coincidentally must be replaced every semester, whether or not the law has changed. Don't give me that joke, please, because that was way too easy. But the last 4 years of graduation speeches all had exactly the same joke, so I feel like Stare Decisis says I gotta put it in there. But really, we came to law school and gained access to a faculty of world-class scholars, the foremost experts in their fields. And under the guise of the Socratic method, they gave us 0 answers to our really dumb questions. Thank you, professors, for hiding the ball that we still haven't found. We also couldn't have done law school without the unlimited love and support of our families, our friends, and our significant others. You all have managed to listen to a lifetime of complaining in just 3 years, most of which probably occurred while you're supposed to be studying or paying attention in class or something actually important. Despite our incessant complaining, you've never wavered in our support. When I got into law school, my mom was so excited to come see me in a courtroom. She said, I'm gonna come to your first trial, and I'm gonna watch you in the courtroom. And I said, Mom, that's never gonna happen. It's not a thing, I'm sorry. I just knew that it's not happening. She said, no, trust yourself, you can do this. Do the work, you will be there, I believe in you. To which I replied, no, Mom, I'm gonna be a corporate attorney, and if I ever end up in a courtroom, it's because I've committed malpractice. It's that kind of unlimited support. Even when our support systems don't have an idea of what we're doing, because let's be honest, 3 years in, we don't really know what we're doing, that allows us to do everything we do. I could not talk about support systems without thanking my own. Thank you to my parents, my friends, and my family, even though I don't call any of them enough. Thank you to my wonderful fiancée, Phoebe Francis, for putting up with many of us through our law school experience. I could not have done what I did in law school without you. You now know as much about personal jurisdiction as I do. Phoebe, I deeply apologize for ruining your Law and Order marathons and trying to convince you that grabbing a burger at P. Terry's was actually a date. And last but very not least, we've had each other. Every piece of advice I've gotten about this speech has been 1, keep it short, and 2, don't include too many inside jokes. But let's be real, this one's for you guys. From being scared out of our minds 1L year, to being bored out of our mind 3L year, we've come a long way. We competed in a riveting Hutchison moot court competition that centered around the meaning of the M-dash. We survived our first semester without any food at the law school. We also survived the results of a coffee tasting when we finally did get food. And finally, we survived the second act of assault and flattery 3 years in a row. We have developed a strong community through the mentor program, our journals, our organizations, and our clinics. We've had some interesting ex partes and casino nights. We've had great bar reviews that always start at the ranch and always end exactly the same way, with that one really ridiculous guy chanting, bars, 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 bars. These are the experiences that we will never forget. As we go forward with our legal degrees, our classes dispersing across the country. As we leave law school, remember one very important lesson from one of our very first teachers, Mr. Phoebe. Do good. I can feel all of you journal editors staring me down right now. No, I don't mean do well, I mean do good. Use your new skills not just to do well for your clients, your partners, and your bosses, but do good for your neighborhood, your community, and the society as a whole. Take advantage of the huge network Texas law has all around the country and give back to our law school. All it takes is one extremely difficult payment of $20.15 before you leave, and you can join me for happy hour in the back. Kidding, sort of. But seriously, I hope that you'll find your way to give back to the law school, whether it's through teaching, coaching an advocacy team, mentoring a law student, or otherwise. Please come back and help this law school. Help build the next generation of Texas law students. In the words of Texas law alumni Joe Jamil, Don't believe that accepting a law license allows you to sit on your rear end and collect fees. You take an oath to help people. No matter what you do with your Texas law degree, always remember what brought you to school. I'm here so that one day I can make an impact on a community like my mom, the middle school teacher who teaches English as a second language. I'm here because my dad, a first-generation immigrant from East Africa, has endured years of manual labor owning dry cleaners to provide opportunities for me and my brother that he never had. I'm here so that small businesses like his have every opportunity to thrive. Whether it's with a rubber band on your wrist or reminders from a close friend, remember who you are and do not get caught up in the rat race. We are who we are when no one is watching. Remove the phrase, "I am too busy" from your vocabulary. Remember to call and see your friends, your family, and your loved ones. Make time to do pro bono work and to help those that have no way to repay you. Go out and act on the university's mission statement. What starts here changes the world. Give us all an opportunity to look at the latest positive news story and be able to proudly say, hey, I graduated from law school with that person. Go out and make a difference in the world. Do good. Congratulations, class of 2015. Hook 'em horns.